We consider them the pillars. But before anything else, my name is George, and Bob Novales here. Bob?
Hello, good morning. I'm just awed by what we have right now to serve for our viewers and listeners this morning. Hello and welcome.
Oh, nakakaano yan, starstruck talaga eh. Teddy, Terenya.
Magandang umaga. Today, we will have musikahan with Mamang Sorbetero. Pinumbay natin si Mr. C and Ma'am Celeste. Magandang umaga.
Yes. And they are our special guests, Celeste Legaspi and Mr. C, Ryan CAYABYAB. Celeste, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
And Mr. C?
Hi, good morning, George, and everyone tuned in this morning. Maaga para sa akin, pero why not?
you know, I was apologizing to Celeste too when I invited her for this one. Tinanong niya, what time? 10 o'clock? Why? Why 10 o'clock? Do I have to wear makeup? Yung mga ganyan, ano? Tapos sabi ko, pasensya na, paano ano eh. This is really for boomers, and boomers don't stay up late anymore, di ba? But they wake up early. So yun. So inumaga namin para ano. Ganun na nangyari. Anyway, so let's get right down to before anything else, maybe Bob has something to show you. No,
everything.
Yeah, when I was when I invited the both of you, nagpadala kagad kayo ng mga pictures, ano? May first moving picture pa eh, no? Kaya tapos nakita ko yung post ni Celeste, sabi nga niya paramihan ng pictures. Let's show this one first, and let's take it off from there. Bob?
Here we go. Walang reaction.
Walang reaction. That's my picture.
That's my high school graduation picture.
Parang bait-bait to, tinawa mo.
Kala ko ako yan eh.
Ganun din. Celeste, mukhang that's the one in Mainz, Germany.
Yeah, Mainz, oo. And then the other beside it is, I don't remember anymore. Rehearsal lang ata, diba?
I don't also remember.
We were recording. Ang dami buhok mo afro-wish pa.
Yeah, ayan, sa baba.
Brush up.
Tsaka tinamo yung nene, and sweet na sweet.
Siguro ang brush ni Mr. Sino, yung Denman eh, no?
Ano yung malalaking teeth, yung ganyan ng...
Oo.
But talagang natural yon, Ryan. I never asked. Natural. Alangan naman, nagpakulot ka paano kay Oro.
No, it's natural. That's why naghahanap ako mga ganyan picture para pakita kay Krina. Krina yan, no? Ayan,
right. Si Krina, right.
Tinatanong kasi sa kanya, natural ba yung buhok mo? Ayun, no, yung tatay mo, afro.
Ano sa'yo? Mahaba ka ng buhok, kamukha na gano'n.
Ayan, mga performance.
Mayabang lang yan. Kasama ko si Mami Kate, at saka si Johnny Manahan, at saka si Celeste and si Mitch.
Si Mitch, no?
Ayun sa kanan.
Nagbabaw kami. That's my first solo concert in Intercon. Remember that? Celeste.
Yes.
Percussion.
Yes.
Mahabang ba?
Si ano ba yan? Si June Regalado?
Yes.
Yes.
Si Roger Herrera.
Aha.
Roger.
Diba?
Tata Roger.
Tapos another concert featured the interaction by the Saturday group of artists that my father.
Oh yeah, right.
Tapos we had paintings that they donated that we raffled, di ba? Remember?
Right. Yes.
Tapos Mr. C, nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, sino yung roadie mo?
David Foster.
Sino yun? Ano mo? Alalay mo.
Understudy.
Doon Doon ko lang na-realize, ay, ang taba ko pala. Joke.
Huli, no?
Sabi ko, labang Mr. C, oh. Kakaiswa.
Kasi hindi naman ako interesado na another wife. Kaya tignan mo naman yan, ang payat niya. No?
David Foster. Idol ni Louie Ocampo yan. David Foster.
Yes.
Next page. Yun.
Wow.
Diba?
Evolution.
Evolution eh.
Yung sa baba, that's from the musical Katie.
Yes,
So,
right.
1987.
7.
Oh.
Sa papel na Olivia.
Mhm.
Yun. Kaya ganun ang posing yung mga LBN movie star.
In top left.
For
Saan
the
saling?
concert. And then the one in the terno is for Larawan.
Oh, yeah.
Kaya makaray, si Donya Lobo yung mataray.
Celeste yung top left.
Oo nga eh. Ang ganda nun, ano?
Alin, yung black and white?
Sa Miss Philippines ba yan? Ano?
Ano yun? That was for the concert that we did, yung Celeste piano.
Yung flauta. Aha, I see.
That's the poster of wet look ang effect niya.
Ganda oh. Ayos.
Pero
Okay.
lahat ng yan, taray ang look.
Parang Celeste ang title yata, Celeste, flauta, baho, at percussion.
Mm.
Kalimutan mo. Piano.
Ay, piano, flauta.
Kasi Mr. Gallardo, si Nonoy ang nag-iimbento ng titles ng concert score. At album score.
Kaya pala creative. Creative lahat.
So, Celeste, piano, percussion, baho, at flauta. Mali. Mali.
Right, something like that.
PP.
Was it ever recorded?
No, it was a live concert.
Sayang, ano?
Kasi nung 80s, usong-uso yun, everybody kailangan makapag-solo concert. Kung hindi ka
Oh.
you are not somebody to be ano ka lang. So, kanya kami anuhan ng concert nung 80s, tapos nawala na yun. Sayang, it was exciting.
Doon ko na may miss yung bookmark. Remember bookmark sila Loritan because they've been very supportive of these things eh.
Yes.
Diba?
Kung may cassette man lang na recording niyang performance na yan, mag-aagawan niyan ngayon.
Sa pa yun.
Kaya bang may nakakarinig na meron.
That's the first time that I sang Ryan's, Limang Di Pantao.
Oh.
Remember Ryan? At saka Pipit. Remember
Yeah.
yung
Yes.
ang mura-mura pa ng pagbayad ko nun kay Ryan for those arrangements. Meron ako isang arrangement na ginawa ni Ryan, Lavian Rose.
Oo.
I swear 500 pesos at ang binayad ko kay Ryan. Diba kung saan na yun umabot? Yung arrangement na yun. Kung saan. Everywhere we traveled. And hanggang sa concert ko nung 2017 sa Soler. And 500 pesos lang yun.
Sulit.
Super sulit. Kaya pa nung si Ryan mag-charge ng 500 kasi sabi niya, kasi piano ng kaya mura-mura. Pero bumawi naman siya. Bumawi naman.
500,000 na yung sisingin.
Sa mga like when he moved Larawan and then Katie and Alikabok, yun ang mga original Filipino musicals na kinumission na bumawi siya.
Long hair oh.
Oh, long hair.
Ako na pala yan, sabi ko.
Sorry.
Ano nangyari dyan sa long hair na yan?
Ewan ko.
Hair na lang.
Parang 90s ito. Yeah. Parang 90s. Ano to eh? Parang pictorial yan talaga.
Di ba?
Yung nasa
book?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's the cover of my book, my piano book.
Oh.
So I have 2 piano books and yan yung isang cover. Yung isang cover naman, mas paiksing buhok. Yung nasa kanan, 1987 yan sa UP. Yung nakita mo UPCM sa likod.
Oo.
Sa College of Music. Nagtuturo ako doon.
Mga tambay Abelardo no?
yung pang K-pop na post na nasa baba.
2016 yan. Yan ang nakatago.
Bukas yung polo, tapos may t-shirt sa loob.
Ito maganda to.
Yung yung nakabarong si Mr. C. We were in Australia.
Australia yan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was nominated for best score. Di ba? Anong festival yun? For Larawan?
2018 Asia Pacific Film Festival.
Wow.
Nominated yung worker sa Larawan. So, sinamahan namin si Mr. C. Alangan naman kabayan namin. Kawawa naman.
Dami sumapit.
So that's the night na
And the one on the left?
We were about to do a show for somewhere. I don't remember anymore. Do you remember? Right?
Hindi ba CCP? No, hindi CCP.
Resorts World, yeah.
Resorts World, yeah.
But I don't know what show. Basta we hadn't, ang natatandaan ko, we hadn't played together for many years kasi parang nag-retire ako. And then, tapos, so parang before that, itim ko yung hair natin.
Biglang transition no?
Transition na.
Mm-hmm. Ganda sa Celeste, ang ganda nun.
Yeah. Ang hindi na bigay sa inyo yung lasing namin photograph. Yun ang maganda talaga.
Hindi ko na binigay yun.
Speaking of yung partnership nyo, no? Parang yung given na yun. If it's Celeste, there's Ryan, and both it works both ways. Now let me ask you this first question, Celeste. No? When did you first work with Ryan? We're talking college days or whatever.
No naman. 70s na. Early 70s. Ito si Joe Marichan television special.
Mm-hmm.
So I was still new in the business. I was and then Joe asked me to be in his, kasi noon ang highlight of television talaga was the specials of Joe.
Yes, that's right.
And then sabi nila, we're going to use this very new arranger, and he's going to be, he's really something to watch out for, etc. Magaling siya, etc. So, sabi ko, sige, ganyan. Tapos nung nagkita na kami, ang una niyang sinabi sa akin was, kasi I was going to sing songs of Nonong Pedero, di ba? Remember that, Ryan? Songs of Nonong Pedero.
Anong kanta? I can't remember.
I want to buy me orange soda pop, etc. Di ba?
Yeah.
Diba? This Edgar Chalianos? Oh, anyway.
Oo, friend kasi ni Josie Ed. Yeah.
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 Yan Oh.
Well, I sang 2 songs. The other song was, I think, by Nonong Pedero na ang ginawa ng Johnny Manansya, yung director. Mga fallen chandeliers. Anyway, so the first time that we met, Ryan was there, so we were going to work on the song. And then, sabi ni Ryan, can you sing this like Pili Moreno?
Mm-hmm.
Ay, mamang ko. Kakainin. Sabi ko na kanya, no.
Hindi.
Kaya ko na siya. Talagang,
Hindi. Celeste, ganito yun. It was I think it was a jingle if I'm not mistaken. And then sabi ko sa iyo, pwede ba bang iuga mo yung boses mo na ganyan. ang reaction mo sa akin, hindi yata ako yung dapat mong kinuha. Parang hindi yata para sa akin yan. Ganun yung pagkabigas. Gusto mo, parang si Tidi Moreno yata yung gusto mong kunin. Oh, no. And that was the very, very first time we worked together na yung not in the company of other people. Kami, yung parang kinuha ko lang siya na, I mean, I don't even remember kung kinuha ka ng client as singer or what. That was parang nalimutan ko na pero
I remember ito si Joe Marie session.
yeah.
Basta ang una kong kay Ryan was, ang labang mo itong mama nito. Sino ba ito? He became, shortly after. I mean, after naman, naging magkaibigan.
Oo, naging kumari ko pa siya, George.
Oo, naging kumari ko siya rin.
Kumaring sarado. Yung
Kay Krina.
Yeah, kay Krina. Tapos yung sa kanya, kay Miguel.
Aha.
Destiny.
Galing, ano? Eh, ikaw naman, Mr. C, you know, you're all over the place, no? You're all over the place, but you're one of those people now who's all over the place who never had any affiliation with any band at all, no?
Actually, with the Ambivalent Crowd.
Ayun, yung Ambivalent, no? I was gonna go to that. What was your role in the Ambivalent Crowd?
They got me as sub music director first, and then when Willie went to AIM, a new generation Ambivalent Crowd was formed, and they asked me to be music director. So parang ako sinasabi ko nasa third gen Ambivalent Crowd.
Oh, and si Celeste was
Original.
I see. Okay, let's go back to let's go back further. How did the Ambivalent Crowd, you know, get together? What you know? How did it come to be?
I did showboat. I was 17.
Father Reuter siguro yan, ano?
Father Reuter, exactly.
Right.
Father Reuter. And I was playing Magnolia in League. And si Father Reuter got the Ateneo Glee Club to do the male chorus. And the St. Paul Glee Club was the female chorus. So, and that's how I was introduced to Willie Cruz in the group, and that's how we got to meet each other. So but I was not friendly with them because I was so terrified of my role. I was praying every day, and I was so bad, and and then after that I was taking up nursing in St. Paul College of Manila. And when that finished, I also quit nursing. I stopped studying. And during that 1 year, tumawag sa akin si Willie. He found my telephone number. And he called me and asked me to join a singing group that he was putting together to sing for weddings. And that's the crowd. So, started as a group of boys. Na I guess they were all in the Ateneo group lang. Sila Leo Riao, sila Monchito, si Willie music director. And then the others. And then they got the girls na kakilala nila who can sing. And then since he saw me in showboat, he asked me to sing kasi they needed to. That's how the Ambivalent Crowd came to be. And one of our earliest, we were singing at weddings lang. And one of the earliest weddings that we sang for was Joe Manicham's wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so ganun din kami nagkakilala. That's how the crowd became.
Doon din nagsimula yung Sunquick na commercial.
Oh, yung Sunquick commercial.
And then suddenly, we were getting noticed and television, iniimbitahan kami, si Elvira Manahan and Nestor featured us in
Two for the road. Yeah.
And wala pa kami pangalan noon. So, Elvira would introduce us as the up-and-coming group. Wala kami pangalan. So finally, we had to come up with a name, kasi nga, pero like we would sing for somewhere, tapos there would be like a 3,000 or 1,000 or 2,000 honorarium. Kakain lang kami noon. Kakain lang kami.
Ilan kayo nun, mag-ate, Celeste?
We were
How many
20.
were you?
Yeah,
20?
25 sometimes.
25.
So, ito sa barkada.
Nagko-compute si Mr. C.
Mr. C.
Tig 50 pesos, tig 40 pesos.
Yeah, nung generation nila Ryan, nakapwesto sila sa Intercon. Talagang, nakapwesto sila sa kung saan. Kami nun eh, ano lang eh, naglalaro lang kami. And then, suddenly, meron kami concert sa CCP, big theater. Meron kami guest, si Kokoy Laurel, si Joey Nardizabal, si biglang, at tapos ang dami-dami nanonood. Dapat nagulat kami, dami nanonood, puno yung CCP. Sige, popular bigla kami. So, okay na. That's what the ambivalent crowd came to be. Then we had to be organized na, we had to, talagang meron na kami business manager. Laruan lang yun nung una to sing.
The original KBL, Kasalbinyag Libig.
Oh.
Pero sila yung naging parang yardstick ng lahat ng mga campus singing groups afterwards. Lahat.
Kasabay niya yung Charaders, di ba?
Yeah,
Correct.
Charaders. Were you involved with that, Ryan? Charaders?
No, kasi alam mo, yung ambivalent crowd at saka Charaders, mga social yan eh. UP ako. UP ako all the way. So, hindi ko kilala yung karamihan dyan kasi, for example, Charaders, St. Teresa's, mga Atenista, ganyan. Tapos, pati ambivalent crowd, Ateneo, Merindol, St. Paul. So, hindi ako kasama doon sa circle na yon kasi UP. Nalimutan ko. Kaya hindi ako kasali doon. Excuse me, college na sila. High school pa lang.
Bam!
In fairness, hindi nga.
Hindi ako makakasali.
Grabe nun, yung the schools before talagang yung parang may plantation ng mga singers, artists. I remember sa UP, Mr. C, I'm sure you remember the Gentle Rain.
Yes.
Si Boy Camara and Nonong, Boy Camara and Anthony Castello. Yes, Tapos Kafa Singers.
Doon galing ang Gentle Rain. Sa Kafa Singers. Doon ko rin nakilala yung mga singers ng Kafa. As a matter of fact, isa sa mga singers ng Kafa, naging star singer ni Nonong Pedero sa mga advertisement. Actually, dalawa sila. Si Alice Bella tsaka si...
Alice.
Alice Bella tsaka si Sylvia... syempre, hindi ko na maalala.
Sylvia. Backup singer palagi, Sylvia Mayuga?
No.
No, not Mayuga. Sylvia... then?
No, I'm not sure. Baka hindi Sylvia. Mali yata yung first name ko. Basta si Alice Bell yung isa. Yung isa... mamaya na lang kung maalala pa.
Alice Bell was all over the place also, mga commercials.
Yes, commercials. Pero George, hindi totoo na before lang na na yung mga schools where nandiyan talaga yung inaalaga or I don't know, doon talaga nagbo-blossom. As a matter of fact, yun na nga, Ateneo, si Apo, si Basil, si Jo Marichan. Pero hanggang ngayon, makikita mo, marami lumalabas from them. For example, sa Lasal, especially sa Lasal Green Hills, dahil
Kundirana.
Dahil sa Kundirana, imagine from before pa yan, yung sila Gary, even sila Louie Ocampo, Mel Villena, lahat yan. Lahat sila, Kirana. So sila Ogie, sila Ding Dong, sila Rani Raimundo, ang dami nila.
Yung nakakatuwa nga eh. Tapos yung Itchy Worms, mga tenista yan, parokya.
Exactly, parokya. And then you have E-heads, yabang, no?
UP naman, UP.
Yun ang ano. Excuse me. Ayun. And Mr. C, what made you you joined the ambivalent crowd as a musical director na, no? Sub-musical director and then musical director.
Right.
But you were never part of a rock group like si Celeste. She had Time Machine.
Wow!
The unforgettable.
Before Time Machine, I was with the
Up
Up
from
from Down Under band.
Kasama ka nila, no?
Yeah.
Up from Down Under.
Nila Berg Villapando.
Yes, right. Oo.
And we were playing in Wells Fargo.
Yeah, Wells Fargo
and
sila.
You actually played in Lourdes School, Quezon City sa canteen. No? Oo.
Up from Down Under. Narinig ko yun.
Up from ang kasama doon yung mga Perth of the Pool eh. Sila Mary Russell.
Kasama ko doon si Gigi Escalante at saka si Tito Saludo. We were all from the ambivalent crowd. Kasi akala ko noon was I wanted to sing differently kasi masyado kong virginal kung kumanta. Kasi ako rock band kaya ganyan. So kung ano-ano yung tinitira namin tapos martial law.
Right.
So, kami na-stay in kami.
Nahuli kayo?
Instead of doing maybe 2 sets, nakaka-4 sets kami.
Yeah,
Kasi 4 a.m.
Kaya uwi kayo, umaga na.
I'll be singing Touch Me in the morning hanggang 4 o'clock in the morning.
Talagang Touch Me in the morning na.
Sino yung kumakanta ng Look to the Children ng Chuck Mangione?
Sa ano yun? Sa
Time Machine.
Time
Diba?
Machine.
Time Machine.
Ako.
Yun, ano? Kinanta niyo yun sa Ariel Contina.
Yes.
Yun.
Dalawa kami na Look to the Children.
Si Mr. C, tawa ng tawa kasi naglalabasa na yung sa kanya. Maala-ala.
Time Machine, ang mga kasama ko naman sa Time Machine was
Emil.
Emil, of course.
Yeah.
At saka the top session musicians. All of them were going there. All of them were there. And
That
then
was a superstar band.
with me were Didi Reyes and Anthony Costello and Gigi Escalante and June and Eddie Nicolas.
Si Eddie, right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And sa mga kinakanta namin, mga ganyan, mga Chuck Mangione, mga ano.
Yung mga mahihirap.
Wind and Fire. Yeah, yun ang mga tinatugtog nila kasi mga kabitan ng mga musiko.
Yung hindi matugtog na mga na mga circus, yung minstrel, Time Machine ang tumitira noon.
Emil Mijares ba naman?
Challenge lagi eh. No?
Kaya lang nagkasakit ako doon na yung I started to have difficulty breathing. And then when we went to the doctor said kasi ang nangyayari was nalalanghap ko yung cigarette smoke.
Uso nga pala noon. So Wells Fargo, hindi lang cigarette smoke, pati yung gas lang.
We were inflamed and we were so para kang ashtray. Nalalanghap ko lahat ng so. And then I'm asthmatic. So that's very, very bad for me. So he was saying na if you pass out, we won't be able to, and we are not able to get you, in time and whatever. You could become a vegetable. So I stopped. I did not go. Tapos ng kwento, di ba? I mean, terrible.
Mabuti pala rin. Kasi iba ng kwento ng kasaysayan ng musika natin. Hindi mo tinuloy yun.
Alam mo, sayang si Gabriel Mijares, Emil's son, he's in California. We've been in touch. Naghahanap siya ng pictures nyo.
Wala rin siya makita.
Apparently, binahat. Dito. Sayang eh.
Sayang.
Kasi kami wala rin. Kasi noon, hindi mo naman kailangan ng publicity shots.
Yes.
Di ba? Basta rehearsal ka, maka-rehearse ka ng 12 songs, pwede ka na sumampa. So, ganun na kami. Walang picture, walang Minsan pa nga, magkakantahan kami, wala akong makeup, wala akong, nakakalamin lang ako, wala akong pakialam na, kasi kantahan lang talaga. So, hindi show business ba?
Oo.
So, walang may picture, film.
Bagay, totoo yun eh.
I was with Didi, I was with, we were quite an interesting band.
Yeah, very versatile eh. And then, tsaka totoo yun eh. Before kasi, mga banda, wala naman mga roadie, walang sound system supplier nun eh. Bahala ka magtala ng amp mo, di ba? Sa mga stage, walang SUV.
30 pesos a night. 30 pesos a night, kanta ka to death. Eh, yung underband nga, 25 pesos a night, kanta ka to death.
Yun na nga eh. Then, nakita ko yun sa Hong Kong, yung mga Pinoy band, mag-uumpisa na alas 5 ng hapon, matatapos alas 5 ng umaga. Ganun katindi. Yun ang literally lagari. Kaya siguro si Mr. C hindi pumasok sa ganun. Ano?
Hindi ko naabutan yung ano na yon, yung eksena na yon. Hindi, ibang entry point ko kasi sa business. Hindi siya business. Ang entry point ko, kaka-graduate ko lang ng high school, nag-audition ako as
Sa Pisay, no?
Hindi ako nag-Pisay, UP High School ako.
UP High.
Nag-audition ako as a pianist sa isang choral group. Eh, nakapasok ako, nagano pa nga, sinungaling ako, sabi ko 18 years old na ako. Actually, 15 lang ako. So, first year ko ng college, nagtatrabaho na ako. So anyway, gusto ko lang ituloy na aside from ambivalent crowd kasi, I also work with minstrels. Pero before I got to the ambivalent crowd and the minstrels, ang unang trabaho ko talaga in the industry was music director, pianista na agad ako ng isang kilalang artista during that time. So, si Kokoy Laurel got me as his music director.
Okay.
So, bata pa lang, 17 pa lang ako, meron nang nagko-concert na si Kokoy. Ako na yung music director niya. So, medyo... so bali doon napunta muna yung aking music career. Hindi ako napunta sa mga banda dahil napunta ako doon sa napakaliwa ako doon sa choir at saka yun, si Coco yung una naka-pick up sa akin eh. And then I met Nonong Pedero and Jo Marichan na kinukuhan nila ako for arranging their jingles or their songs. So, medyo matagal ako kay Nonong, siguro mga 2 to 3 years. Ako yung isa sa mga in-house arrangers ni Nonong Pedero. So, medyo nahasa muna ako bago ako nakapasok ng minstrels at saka ng ambivalent crowd. Yun yung starting days ko.
So in other words, yun yung virginal days mo.
Of course.
In Celeste's words, no? Virginal.
Ay, music din ng ambivalent crowd nung nasa Flame sila. Hindi ko.
Hindi ako nakasampa ng Flame. That was the second generation ambivalent crowd.
Meron pa nga pala. Kasi nakasabay na Time Machine at saka sila. At saka,
talaga?
Oo, nagkasabayan kami.
Sila na ang Pisilya na yon.
Right. Well, what happened, Celeste, what happened was, yung buntot, yung tail end ng second generation, papasok ako ng ambivalent crowd doon. Nagwatak-watak yung second gen na yon. Not really watak-watak. They went their ways and
nag-ano na ng pamilya, mga ganyan.
Exactly. And then they started working on auditions for a third generation. Doon nakapasok si Cynthia Patag, sila.
Ayun.
Doon.
Paul Enriquez ba was the ambi crowd or
Yes. Paul was ambivalent crowd, yeah.
Paul was
ambivalent crowd. Second?
Third na
first
si Paul. No, kaya lang. Third.
No.
He was with dun sa Now and Then album ni Jo Marichan. He was he sang solo there with
Then and Now. Yeah.
Mga ambivalent crowd yung nandun sa ano.
Yeah.
Kasi during that time, I was working with Jo Marie. I was already working with ambivalent crowd. So, Habi ni Jo Marie, can you recommend singers? And syempre, i-recommend ko yung grupo ko. So si Nan Cabecilla, kinanta niya yung From This Moment On,
Yeah.
It's Me and You.
Tsaka
Si
Ah,
Paul,
si Paul
si Paul,
Enriquez.
yung una. Yung,
Yeah.
di ba?
Exactly. Ang ganda nung
Kasi
kanta.
Cynthia Patag yung isa. Diba?
Oo.
Yes, Cynthia Patag yung isa.
Ano yun eh, that was the last cut of side 2 of Jo Marie's album.
Here and Now.
Yun, Here and Now.
Ang ganda nung album na yun. Yes.
Bago tayo malayo, pag-usapan muna natin yung jeans ni na Ma'am Celeste at ni Mr. C. Parehong nasa
Levi's,
arts and music yung mga parents nila eh. So malaking bagay ba to sa inyong naging chosen career?
Ako, my mother was a voice student before the war. She was a soprano. But nung nagkamalay na ako, that was in the 50s, hindi naman siya kumakanta na. So I didn't even realize na how much of a good singer she was until we were putting together the stories of my mother and my father for Maalaala Mo Kaya, which they featured nung centennial ng father ko. So that's the only time that I learned that my mom was taking voice lessons coming from Cavite City every week to go to Manila to take voice lessons. Ganun siya kasi sa voice niya. And then when she went into college, she was taking voice culture and she was a coloratura. And so at saka ano daw yun nung kasi ang dami-daming nanliligaw sa mother ko. So pinapunta siya sa Zambales to live with my aunt. Kasi ang gulo-gulo daw, basta daw ang dami nanliligaw sa Cavite. So nagpunta siya sa Zambales, kumakanta daw siya sa simbahan doon, Ave Maria, ganun. Hindi ko alam yon. All of that was news to me. Tapos nagkaroon din siya ng maraming manliligaw doon sa Zambales. So,
Man-magnet pala.
Sa family namin, hindi ko alam yon. Kasi my mother was not singing around me. By the time I was growing up, she was a businesswoman. I'd hear her singing in mass when we go to hear mass, very quietly. So I even though na singer siya, I was very, very much surprised na singing was in her blood.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I have a niece who is an opera singer, and may apo kami na anak ng pamangkin ko who sings very well. She's in Canada, and I'm not surprised that she's singing very well. So it's really in our DNA pala.
Did you have any formal training in voice?
Me? Yeah. Well, voice lessons. Until now, well, not now because of the pandemic, but until late last year or middle of last year, I was going to Krina. Krina was my voice teacher.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. In the 70s, when I started singing professionally, I was really always going to a voice teacher. Nida Asarpon was my teacher.
Mm-hmm, right.
Concern was how to be able to sing better and how to sing without losing my voice. Mm-hmm. So I would always be going to a voice teacher, naging voice teacher ko si Elmo Makil.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I remember my father-in-law kept on telling us before, he can only listen to one singer dati na Filipino, Celeste LEGASPI. Paano hindi masakit sa tenga? Yun ang doon eh.
Diba? Thank you.
Diba? Ibig sabihin ng virginal pa rin hanggang ngayon siguro.
Celeste has the best version of Silent Night I've ever heard from anybody sa Ambivalent Crowd Christmas album.
Yan ang talaga. Yun ang talaga.
Nagising ako dun. Iba yun. Iba ang feeling mo maghapon.
Ano yun? Arrangement ni Willie Cruz.
Yeah.
Na acapella, di ba?
Yes.
I love that. I wish I could sing it again kasi maybe I sing better now.
Why
Kasi
not?
nanginginig and talagang
Hindi yung gusto ni Pangkili Moreno.
hindi ganun. And then I also did something. Joe Marichan made a counterpoint to Here, There, and Everywhere.
Oh yeah, right.
And in the late 60s, I was able to record that. I don't know where it is now.
Sana may kopya.
Teka. I'll call Joe, baka sakaling may makuha tayo. Paano every time may kailangan ako na ano ni Joe, he sends me a copy naman eh. He sends me a CD. So
I doubt if he has it. Parang, kasi he has a recording of that counterpoint na siya na ang kumanta.
Yeah.
But,
What about
that recording
Si
of
Mr.
the counterpoint was the first time that my husband heard me singing.
I see.
Si Mr.
Alam
C
ko
naman.
yun. At
Si
teka
Mr.
muna,
C.
bago ako, alam ko yun eh.
Yeah.
Galing, ganda.
Brilliant yun, brilliant.
Ganun pa rin ganun ang pagkanta ko, yung virginal na nanginginig. Wow.
So bagay yun. Pag virgin, nanginginig pa. No? Mr. C!
Hindi pa tayo dumako dun sa daddy ni Celeste.
Ay,
Oo, wala pa pala.
Exactly.
Part 2.
Master. No?
Well, that's
Given.
Given, oo.
but actually it is inside of the family that there are performers in my father's si Marian de la Riva and Maggie de la Riva are my distant relatives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Torrente side, my lola side. So nandun pa yung performer side. Pero yung the music had come from my mom. And then I was painting when I was a child. But when I realized kung gaano kagaling yung tatay ko, I said, ayoko na. I think I will just sing.
Celeste, there's a question here from John Yumping. He's a radio guy. What is your role in the development of the neocolors?
I put them together. They were the watercolors.
Watercolors.
Really? So you were the brains behind that?
Yeah, getting those kids together, but my vision was different from theirs. I was there. They were a choreographed, Timmy Bopper, parang menudo ba?
I can't imagine Marvin Querido doing that, but
he was not in the first group. He was not in the first group.
ganun ba? I see.
My pamangkin si PD Legaspi, the son of my brother. He sings very well. So cute siya. So sabi ko, sige baka let's look into this, baka pwede siyang be part. Tapos maghanap sila ng ibang kasama. So ayan, pumasok si Ito Rapadas, pero si Ito talaga yung maganda yung
grabe yung boses.
Pero we would have choreography here in my house, and si Jimmy Antiporda, di ba cute naman si Jimmy Antiporda. Pero actually, hindi sila happy sa ganun. Pero we were already booking them in schools, and nagtititili na yung mga sigat. Pero, and then I got busy now with Katie. We were already working on Katie, and that took a lot of my time. So, and they were unhappy naman. So we parted ways amicably. And then they asked me if they can continue. Si June Regalado was going to help them, and they became the neocolors. That's why colors.
Yeah.
Kasi colors sila as younger, virginal, younger, crucified boys. Parang K-pop, parang ganon.
Yeah. There's a question here. I don't know if you remember Roger Simpson.
I'm not sure, yeah.
Ateneo Glee Club rin yata yun di ba? He's a baritone. Anyway, he used to be president of Diners Club. anyway, he's asking, how about the Celeste Sings Ryan album? Any possibilities?
Well, Mr. Ryan CAYABYAB did not make me any song.
Yun.
Hindi niya ako binigyan ng awit. Ninakaw, limang tao. Kung hindi ko pa ninakaw yun, hindi ako masasali sa mga tribute kay Ryan.
Ayun. Lalo na yung tribute kay Ryan, di ba? Yung last tribute.
Oo. Hindi ako kaya lang ako nasama. Tapos nung sumulat siya ng awit na ako kumanta, duet pa. Kung minsan hinahalay ako, hindi pa solo.
Ano nga ba dahilan, Mr. C?
Wala pa akong wala kaming project. Usually, hindi naghihintay lang ako ng projects na gagawan. Tapos, yun, saka lang ako nakakaupo. Tapos,
pero kay Basil, ang dami mong binigay. Ilan yung 25 songs ata.
But you know, it's funny.
Galyado ko.
But you know, it's funny is, sabi yung paano, my uncle is Father Kuna, who used to handle the Ateneo Glee Club also. No? And he was telling me, no, nag-audition si Basil. Hindi pumasa sa Glee Club. Because his voice stood out. Hindi siya makapag-harmonize. So, hindi ka pwede dito. Ganyan. Solo ka na lang. Ayun, nag-solo nga. And then Mr. C, of course, donated 25 songs to Basil.
Oo. Yes. Minsan, binigyan. Kaya lang naging ko yung 5,000 tao dahil pina-arrange ko yun sa kanya for I sang it in that first concert nga.
Right.
Napakahirap ang areglo. Napakahirap. So, hinikain ka, bilis-bilis, taas.
Para ba sinabi, kayang ba to? Kayang ba to?
Concerts kami sa States. Kaya kasama sila June at saka sila Roger. Di gamay na kami. Pabilisan, ang bilis ng 5,000 tao. Kaya na namin, ang bilis. Talaga, ang taas. Anyway, ang memories ko.
Mr. C, ikaw, roots, no? Your dad, your mom was a
DNA.
professor, right?
Yan ang tunay na.
Well, my mother was an opera singer, and she taught at the UP College of Music. She finished her college at Holy Spirit. Holy Ghost pa ang pangalan nun. Holy Ghost.
German pa yung papatay.
College of the Holy Ghost. And well, I was 6 years old when she died. And ito na nga yun, ito yung pinaka-main kwento is sinabi niya sa dad namin na wag payagan yung mga anak to go into music. Kasi ang hirap ng music. Mahirap ang buhay ng isang musiko. Actually, hanggang ngayon, hindi siya ganun kadali. Alam niya kasi...
Mas lalo na ngayon.
Yes, lalo na ngayon. Pero I remember, kaya talagang hirap na hirap sila. Kakatapos lang ng gera. So, Manila was rebuilding, and when my mother and father got married, that was end of the 40s, 1949 48, 49, ganon. 1954 ako. By the time 1916, namatay na siya. Nakita niya na kung gaano kahirap ang buhay ng musiko. So, George, alam mo ba na meron tinatawag na lugar na palengke ng musiko sa Quiapo?
Saan?
Sa meron... Hindi, sa may Platerias at saka sa Raon.
Doon maraming doon maraming records.
Yes, alam niyo ba na nung late 60s nung nakakapunta ako doon, maraming sa Platerias, maraming music stores, music seat. Yes. Ideal, of course, Ideal pala 'yon. Ideal. Rhapsody Music House.
Yes.
Meron pa mga ilang music stores. Tapos i-imagine ko, ano yung sinasabi ng nanay ko na palengke? You know, lahat sila, karamihan ng mga musicians na tumatayo lang, nakatambay lang doon. Dala-dala nila yung musicians nila, ay, yung instrumento nila. Tapos naka-ano na sila, naka-trubinized shirt na
Oo.
sila, tsaka black pants. Kasi para anytime may nangangailangan for the day, ganun pala yun, no? Dadaan yung nombrador, sasabihin niya, okay, may kailangan ako na 2 violin, 1 viola, 3, ganyan. Iyan sa niya, dadaan dito yung truck, alas 5,
Parang
susunduin
booking
kayo dito.
office.
Instant casting.
Oo.
Instant casting. Tapos, yung truck na sasakyan nila, yun na yung pinaka-stage kasi mga piyesta yung pinupuntahan nila eh. So, yung pala yun, pag kaya pala sinabi nilang palengke ng musiko, nandun lang buong araw nakatayo lang yung mga musicians. Naghihintay ng nombra, naghihintay.
Hintay ng traffic.
Sleep.
Posibleng in one day, hindi ka magkaroon ng trabaho, di ba? Nakatayo ka lang.
Posibleng in a week na wala kang trabaho. Kasi syempre, mauuna muna kunin yung mga kilala nila na magagaling. O syempre, hindi ba? Mauuna muna kunin yung kunyari, ako yung nombrador. Kuha mo nga ako ng 3 trumpet, ganyan.
Oh, si Omeng, nandiyan ba?
Si Omeng, nabutan ko yun. Si Omeng. Nabutan ko yun.
Love na love mo si Omeng.
Yung conception.
Machine band yun.
So, ganun. Anyway, yung nanay ko was a musician. My father, hindi siya musician. He couldn't carry a tune. Pero he comes from a family na visual artists sila. Although none in the family became a known artist, yung mga kapatid niya nag-College of Fine Arts sa UP. At saka isa niya kapatid naging supervisor pa ng arts. Pero sa second district or something like that. So, yun, mahilig talaga sila sa arts. Kasi as a matter of fact, kaya ko nga lagi kinikwento na when I was in 3rd year, sumali ako ng YMCA National Painting Contest. Nanalo ako doon dahil meron mga naiwan na canvas na hindi pa tapos. Tapos naiwan mga tubo ng pintura sa bahay namin. Yung mga tita ko na tumira sa amin na nag-fine arts. Anyway, ginamit ko yung kanilang brush na titigas na eh. At saka ginamit ko yung mga naiwan nilang paint. So, ilang kulay lang yung nagamit ko doon. Pero nanalo ako ng 3rd prize.
Congrats!
Pero hindi mo na pinagpatuloy yung pagiging pintor mo, Mr. Sir.
Hindi na. Hindi. So, yun.
Ryan, that's a very good story, yung palengke ng musiko.
Yes. Yung
Exactly.
Plateria sa Traon. Maraming di nakakaalam mo.
Maybe we can make a movie out of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You need researchers pa kasi parang wala nang buhay na musiko ngayon na umabot doon. Pero nung time nila Mr. Manalastas, alam nila yung kakwento na yon.
Hanggang kailan ganon? 60s? Meron
70s, meron pa.
Umabot ka ba?
70s.
Umabot ka pala yun?
Sabagay, it makes sense eh. Yung Villar Recording Studio, nasa Escolta lang eh.
Nandun din, sa Escolta yun.
Nandun eh. Orchestra dati eh.
It's so rich. Tapos habang sila nakatayo, they can jam.
Ang record bar nila doon, yung deluxe.
Pwede sila mag-basking na doon eh. No?
They will be jamming na. So that's already an opening number, di ba? So,
Nakakatuwa yun.
Musical na pala yan. Iisip mo, Celeste, musical na eh.
Oo nga eh.
May concept na, may concept.
Si Mr. Gallardo, papakasulatin na kagad para ano.
Hahanap tayo ng 6x6 na truck kasi yun yung kailangan eh.
Meron akong revelation.
In love na sila, di ba?
Mr. C, nagpupunta ako dyan sa Platerias tsaka Raon nung 70s kasi pinag-aaral ako ng piano sa taon. Awa ng Diyos, hindi ako natuto. Pero doon ako bumibili ng ng music sheet dahil
Yung mga-
pinabibili na kami nung
Mga
aming piano
Thompson.
teacher.
Mga J. Thompson, di ba?
Well, kaya nga sa akin very memorable ang Platerias tsaka yung Rhapsody Music House kasi
No,
nung
yung
high-
Rhapsody Music House.
right, kasi nung pag-graduate ko ng high school, di wala naman akong ginagawa. So humihingi lang ako ng piso sa tatay ko. Sabi ko pupunta ako ng Quiapo kasi noon during that time wala pa namang Cubao na basic. Kaya sa loob ako ng UP campus nakatira, tapos later sa UP Village. So you can imagine ang layo kaya ng Quiapo doon, pero
Yes,
yun ang sentro. But it takes me, kailangan ko lang ng 25 centimos para makapunta ng Quiapo, tapos 25
Pamasahe.
pabalik. So I only need 50 centavos. Kaya lang, pag binigyan ng piso, meron pa akong pang-coke, 15. 15. Tapos hamburger, 35 centavos. Anyway, yan, sabi ko, gusto ko sana makapagtrabaho ko. Iniisip ko, sana meron makadiscover sa akin sa Umuupo lang ako diyan sa piano sa loob ng Rhapsody Music House. Actually, tinanong ko sila, sabi ko, naghanap ba kayo ng magde-demonstrate ng mga piyesa niyo? Kasi siyempre, pag pumasok yung mga nanay, hindi nila alam kung anong tunog ng mga piyesa. Sabi ko, pwede ba akong magtrabaho as a demonstrator, ganyan. Ay, wala kaming opening for that, sabing gano'n. Tapos sabi ko, pwede ba akong tumambay lang dito buong hapon? Kasi gusto ko makita yung ibang mga piyesa, ganyan. Favorite ko yung Rhapsody in Blue. Ang mahal kaya, 14 pesos. Ang mahal-mahal, 1970, 14 pesos. Sabi ko, pwede bang tambay lang ko dito? Alam mo, sa katatambay ko, na-memorize ko yung Rhapsody in Blue. Hindi ko nasabi nila. Anyway, yan, tan. So sabi ko sa sarili ko, iniisip ko kasi baka may mga discover sa akin. Discover na kukunin ako. Alam mo, yung pinaka-isip ko pa lang noon was, baka may kumuha sa akin na pwedeng tumugtog sa mga restaurants. Ganyan. Kasi ang usong-uso noon,
Alfredo's.
exactly, yung Yamaha organ.
Rene Coloma.
Amor Mio Silian.
Amor Mio Silian, Rene Coloma. Sino pa tong isang...
Eric
Dimson.
Ato, the blind pianist.
Piano, si Ato.
So anyway, kasi ang huling balita ko was somebody like, well, during that time, hindi pa siya super kilala as a composer, pero doon daw nag-umpisa si Hernani Cuenco, tumutugtog sa isang resto bar, no? Sabi ko, so naisip ko, parang yun ang gusto ko munang pasukan para makapagtrabaho. Walang kumuha sa akin, pero nakakatawa. Meron akong pinsan na napadaan at nakita ko, hoy, ang laki mo na pala, sabi ganon. Mag-audition ka dito sa choir, sa choral group dito, naghahanap sila ng pianista. Yun nakapagpapasok sa akin ng trabaho. So anyway, yun yung buhay ko nung 15, 16 years old ako. Kaya ako nagkaroon ng trabaho bilang isang pianista.
You know,
Naghihintay sa isang music store na may mag-discover.
Sabi ni Matty Fernando, buhay pa daw yung Rhapsody, George.
Sabi ni Matty Fernando, one of our viewers, buhay pa yung Rhapsody hanggang ngayon.
No kidding!
Yes, no?
Well, in the late 90s, bumili pa ako ng mga piyesa ron para itinda sa music store namin. Late 90s na yun. Pero buhay po pala ngayon. That's surprising.
Yeah, grabe, no? Okay, Celeste, let's go back to you. Do you still remember the very first song that you performed na may bayad?
As a solo artist.
At saka magkano? Tsaka magkano?
That would be that has to be soloist. That has to be with the Up From Down Under band. And that has to be Touch Me in the Morning. I don't know kung Touch Me in the Morning.
Touch Me.
I had to sing it. I had to sing it 4 times a night, and I was paid 25 pesos. So magkano yun? 25 divided by 4. Ryan, diba accounting? Ilan nga yun?
6.1. 6.1.
Yun. Tapos after that, kinukuha na ako sa TV yung excuse me, alas 12 na.
Mm-hmm.
And
Noon time show.
Oh, noon time show with Ariel
Ureta.
Oreta.
And ano yun, itatawag mo dun sa music director kung ano yung gusto mong kantahin. Tapos, a-arrange niya, pupunta ka doon mga 11:30, magre-rehearsal ka ng minsan.
Sino to? Si Amado Tatlong Bukol o si Dominic?
Salustiano or si,
Si Dominic.
Dominic.
Yun.
sila. So, ano yun,
Amado Pascual, ano?
tapos so, ano yun, kakanta ka na ng ano, tapos babayaran ka ng 150 pesos. Siguro.
Uy,
So, okay na rin yung 6 pesos.
okay na. Oo.
Pero ano, yun ang, I guess after that one song after the songs from Up From Down Under Band, susunod na yung nag-jump na 150 sa TV na. Ganyan ang training ko na imagine isang beses ka mag-rehearsal with the band and it's a full band. Ang kinanta mo cabaret, doon mo lang rehearse. Kakantahin mo na yung Liza Minnelli, ano yung gano'n. So pagka mahina ang tiyan mo, hindi ka ano, di ba? Titiklop ka na lang, uwi ka na lang. Di ba? Ayoko na gano'n.
How was it like working with the likes of Dominic Salustiano or Amado
They
Pascual?
were all very, very kind. They were all
Really?
Yung bago pa. And ano, parang especially pag narinig nila na you sing well naman. And you study your songs well. Handa ka, ganyan. They appreciate that a lot. So, parang they take you under their wing and they take good care of you. So,
For the benefit ng viewers natin, si Dominic Salustiano at si Amado Pascual, yun ang mga musical director sa ABS-CBN nung araw.
Tandang-tanda mo pa, Ted, na?
Oo naman. Kasi binabasa ko hanggang credits, opening at closing credits.
Markada mo yun, ikaw naman masyado.
Markada mo.
Kalaro lang.
Actually, yung mga musiko matataray yun. Di ba, Ryan?
Yeah.
They're
Di ba yung nang-good time pa yun eh?
Nang-good time. Pagka mayabang ka or hindi ka handa or yung nag-aasta ka, aanuhin ka nila. Hindi sila
Paglalaroan ka.
Anong key tayo? Sa C. O lagay mo sa D. Yan, D.
Pero pagka makita nila that you're working hard, saka humble ka naman, and they will take care of you. So, aalagaan ka. So, it was a nice experience that I had. Like noon sa Time Machine Band, si Mang Omeng would always magdadala siya ng mangga para sa akin. Yung ganun.
Bait ko si Mang Ome.
Mataray mo. Mataray ni Mang Omeng.
Si Reyna Luz. Yung flutista.
Si Ray. Nag-okay lang?
Si Reyna Luz yung tumira ng Sparkling in the Sun. Ng Tower of Power.
Pero time machine siya.
Hindi, bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces, yes.
Bilib ako sa inyo, ha? Kilala nyo lahat yung mga yun, ha?
Hindi, nababasa ko lang, Mr. C. Nababasa ko lang.
Kwento ng tatay ni Bob.
para kayong kasama nyo, eh. For example, yan na nga si Dominic tsaka si Amado Pascual. Nabutan ko sila, pero papasok pa lang ako noon. Sobra, ang babait nila. Mababait yung mga yan. Even si Emil Mijares, na sobrang taray niyan. Mabait sa akin. Ilonggo yan, si Emil Mijares.
Si Amado yata, di ba siya yung musical director ni
Ang barkada mo talaga, Ted, no?
Hindi, after nga yata si Amado, si Maestro Ryan na ang kinukuha ni Pilita.
Sa mga noon
Tama
times
ba yun?
Hindi. After Amado, si Doming Valdez. Actually,
Doming Valdez.
I subbed for Domi. I was like, ang dami kong natutunan kay Doming Valdez, kay Doming Amarillo. Si Doming Amarillo, ang pinakauna kong parang nabuksan yung mata ko sa arranging, si Doming Amarillo. Susunod-sunod lang ako dyan. Bubuntot-buntot para lang makita kung paano ginagawa yung piyesa. Kasi nakakaya naman magtanong. Pero alam mo, pag nagtatanong ka, share nila
They
lahat
appreciate.
ng
Yeah.
hindi sila
Hindi sila madamot,
hindi sila
no?
swapang, hindi sila madamot.
Which
Sir,
brings us to the first Metro Pop, di ba? Karamihan ng
Ayan.
mga kanta doon, first
Amarillo.
Metro Pop, mga Di
Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Di Amarillo, yung credit
Oo.
sa credit.
Except yung sa'yo, Mr. C. Yung kay Ganda.
Yes.
Ikaw na yun.
Yes. Yeah, oo.
Hindi, yan ang
But,
tanong ko, George.
Sa amin then was by Emmy Mooney.
Emmy
Yan, si
Mooney.
Emmy.
Emmy Mooney.
Yeah, sila. Lahat.
Metro Pop, first prize winner si Ryan, di ba? Second prize
Yes.
winner si Mr. Gallardo.
Right.
Yes,
Ay,
yes.
nag-arrange ng aming song.
George, yun ang tanong ko kay Maestro. Nandun ako sa Folk Arts Theater mismo nung 1978, first Metro Pop.
Wow.
Hanggang siguro mga 5 years hence kasi ano ako doon, usher. Kaya doon ako naka-assign pa sa malapit sa stage.
Kaya pala libre.
Kumikita
So
pa ako.
nakita mo yung fuchsia na bell bottom ni Ryan nung nanalo
Ayun.
siya.
Kasi Celeste, I think yung
Ocho.
kanta mo nun, si Celeste, yung kanta mo nun, yung pang, di ba, yung mga anak, I think.
Pagdating mo.
Sa'yo, pagdating mo.
By the way, 8 pesos lang ang bayad sa amin nung per show.
Oh,
As usher. Anyway, ang tanong ko kay Maestro.
Nanalo na 30,000 lang na.
Oo, 30,000. Eh.
Oo.
Mr. Si Fuchsia pala yun, black and white TV namin nun eh.
May
Black and white po
inkling ka
TV
ba?
namin nun, so hindi ko alam na fuchsia yung suit niya.
Hindi, actually, hindi siya fuchsia. Ang pantalon ko ay brown na velvet. Velvet! Oh, tapos,
Dito, tawag doon brushed velvet, di ba?
oh, at saka yung shirt ko kasi, ang kulay niya, actually, hindi siya fuchsia. Malapit siya dun sa Muslim na kulay na parang magenta na hindi mo maintindihan. Nasa tin. Alam mo, ang gumawa ng damit mo na yan ay si Cliff Candelaria. Ewan ko kilala niyo.
Yes.
Siyempre, kailangan natin isama lahat ng mga kasama natin during that time para
Para
mas
yung suit ni Haji nun kasi puro palikpik eh, di ba? Yung
Yes.
Yung
Mr. C.
mahabang scarf.
that's right. Yes, mahabang scarf.
Tapos yung salakot.
May salakot.
Ni Badong Bernal.
Yes, art direction yan ni Leo Riap.
Sino nag-isip nun? Sino nag-isip nun?
Real.
Si Leo Riap.
Oh, okay. Galing.
May dalawang tanong ako kay Mr. C. Ikaw namili kay Haji as the interpreter? Tapos may inkling ka ba na mananalo ng major prize yung kay ganda ng ating musika?
Wait. Actually, ganito yan, Teddy. Sumali ako sa, the year before, sumali ako sa World Popular Song Festival. Ako yung kumanta. Hindi ako nanalo. Kasi ako yung kumanta.
Nagulat ka?
hindi ako nanalo kasi first time ko lang gumawa ng pop song. That's my first pop song ever. Tapos ako yung kumanta, sabi ko, kung sasali ako next time sa isang contest, kailangan professional yung singer. Kasi nakita ko yung field eh. Sabi ko, wow, pagka-professional
Audience impact.
Exactly, audience impact. Tsaka pagka yung professional singer, hawak niya agad yung ewan ko iba talaga ang isang professional na mga awit. Hawak niya yung audience, hawak niya yung kanta, hawak niya yung, basta parang lahat talaga ng tao manunood kasi wow, ibang klase impact. Anyway, so sabi ko nung sumali ako sa the next year nung naging finalist ako, by that time nasa Gem Records na ako.
Okay.
So since nasa Gem Records ako, sabi ng Gem, alika tulungan ka namin. Pakanta natin kay Haji kasi pareho kami nasa Gem. Tapos Leo Riap was like one of the art directors or directors ng Gem. Tapos yung Apo Hiking Society nasa Gem Records sila noon.
Yes.
Exactly. So parang we all pulled our resources together and sabi na nila, they were really going for the, kailangan,
For the
parang
win.
for the win. Kaya nga, kung todo pa choreography and direction yung kay Haji, hindi yung basta-basta parang gano'n lang. Eh, Celeste LEGASPI kaya yung kalaban mo. Hello.
May tulog ka talaga.
Ano naman, natalo niyo naman. Pero noon, mga 30,000 yung nanalo si Ryan. Kami 20. Di ba parang ang lapit-lapit.
Si Joe, nanalo minsan pa, di ba? Yun sa kanya.
No, nanalo, hindi siya nanalo.
Yung third place. Third place si Joe.
Fourth yet.
Hindi.
Ay, hindi ba?
Nonong Pedero.
Nonong
Narito
Pedero,
ako.
narito ako. Ang fourth
Chris
place pa
Vermont.
nga, si Villafuerte yata ang gumawa nung, hahanapin ko yata yung fourth place.
Jo Marie.
Anthony Castello.
Hindi hahanapin ko. Sorry. Malayo ang tingin. Ay, hindi. Kaibigan ba?
No, hindi competition yung kaibigan eh.
Basta Villafuerte, hindi si Jo Marie.
Pero si Anthony yung kumanta.
Ano, alam mo yung minsan pa, ako ang kumanta nung gumawa si Joe ng
Demo.
Yeah.
Para i-enter sa Metropop. Ako ang kumanta noon. So gustong-gusto ko yung song. I love the song. Pero nag-qualify din yung ganun. So syempre, nahasal na ako.
Right, si Janet Vasco kumanta ng minsan.
Janet.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I recorded minsan pa later on. Kasi talagang gusto.
Ang ganda ng kanta.
Beautiful song. Beautiful song.
Ayun. According to Jo Marie, ibig kong ibigin ka. Yun sa first
Ibig
Si
ko,
An-
ibig.
si Anthony ang kumanta.
Right. Ibig ko.
George, ang audience ninyo are boomers. Pero actually, right now, we have two people in the audience watching us who are not boomers. They're my fans. Si Ruth at saka si Kathleen. And to they're saying na sana mas maraming bata na makapanood.
Yeah,
Kasi,
si Ruth Rio.
You know,
And Kathleen.
yeah, they could learn a lot, from what we're talking about, no.
And of course, si Celeste Asuncion, named after you, Celeste. So
yeah, I know. I saw that too. Yeah, thank you. That's nice. When we were in Australia, we also met a Filipina there who was interviewing us. She was in the media group.
Right, in Brisbane.
After me also Celeste din. So that's nice. Hello, Celeste!
Balikan ko si Mr. C. Yung kay ganda ng ating musika, naging theme song na ng OPM eh. Ganun ba yung purpose mo talaga doon?
Sabi, wala lang. The idea was, sabi ko, wow, first Metropop. Siguro kailangan ng kanta dyan about music. Ganyan. Ang ganda ng music natin. So, actually, yun lang yung inisip ko for that. Hindi ko naman inisip na magiging ganyan yan. But, later on, yung mga gumagawa ng mga kanta about music, ay definitely hindi sila nakakapasok. Kasi, parang bilasana yung idea.
Connected na eh. No?
Hindi, yun na yung naging standard eh. Wala nang pwedeng iba pa.
Siguro, the closest one got yung Salamat Musika.
Maganda naman yun. That was
Gary
later, 81, 83 yata yan.
Si Nanette yun, diba?
Nanalo yun sa Metropop.
Yeah.
Parang.
Grand winner yan, grand winner.
Pero
Ganda
dapat
kaya
banggitin natin na nanalo yung kay ganda ng ating musika sa Soul Music Festival na nirepresent tayo as Filipinos.
Yeah, okay, Teddy, yung tatanong mo na may inkling ba ako na mananalo sa Metropop? Hindi ko alam kasi malay ko. Pero nung nasa Seoul, Korea kami, pag unang ensayo pa lang ng orchestra, feeling ko agad, ay mananalo to kasi gustong-gusto na mga musiko.
So
Tapos
kayo yung naunang K-pop na nung panahon na yun.
Yung conductor.
Forerunner.
Yeah. Yung conductor nung orchestra sa Korea, talagang pinilit niya akong kausapin sa tabi, tapos sabihin na, para lang sabihin sa akin na, kay ganda talaga ng musika. Sabi ko, bakit? Sabi ko, bakit alam mo yon? Sabi niya gano'n, marami siyang, ito na maganda, ang musician na Filipino kasi, kung saan-saan na.
Yeah.
So, there was a time na talagang, nung hindi pa, even in Korea, even in, of course, sabi mo, George, sa Hong Kong, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, lahat halos ng banda dyan. Even in Indonesia, halos lahat ng banda sa mga
Bars.
hotels, puro mga Pilipino. And then, they caught up with us. And then, they realized na kayang-kaya nila. I think it's because unang-una tayo, madali lang sa atin yung Western music. Ay, siyempre yun ang requirement sa mga hotels sa industry. Kailangan ang music na tutugtog mo yung familiar sa mga kliyente. So anyway, in Korea, sabing ganun sa akin ng conductor, marami siyang friends na Filipino musicians. Kaya alam niya ng konti. Siyempre mga mura, yun ang unang tinuturo ng mga musiko Yeah.
May trivia pa ako during that first pop music festival. Bukod dun sa sinasabi ni Maestro Ryan, yung audience impact, ang laki talaga. Feel namin na yung kay ganda ng ating musika mananalo ng major award. Not necessarily the first, pero yun ang lumabas. Ang isa pang may audience impact noon na hindi nanalo kahit isang major award, yung anak ni Freddy Aguilar.
Of course.
Yun ang ano doon.
So,
Kaya lang yung-
Teddy, nung nandun ka, Teddy, niyakap
Yes.
ka nung katabi mo dahil narinig yung kay Mr. C na kanta. Kaya may impact.
At 8 pesos yung bayad sa amin doon per show.
Kaya lang, alam mo, totoo yun sa mga musikero. Dati, yung one of my bands, we played in Hong Kong, 100th anniversary ng Hong Kong Football Club. Tapos, we were just one of the performers. Tapos may isa, required a full orchestra. Dati nga, puro Pinoy. Puro Pinoy. Di ka kwento. Saan kayo, kinuha kayo from the Philippines? Paano kami, galing Pilipinas Hindi, dito lang kami. Yung mga bar nga sa Lam Kwai Fong, puro sarado ngayon. Paano lahat ng musik?
Walang musikero.
Uy, alam mo, I really met a Hong Kong musician, old-timer. Sabi niya, alam mo, sobrang laki ng pasasalamat ko sa mga Filipino musicians. Kaya kami ngayon ganito tumugtog. Dahil tinuruan kami nitong mga Filipino musicians. Alam mo, ang meron kasi yung mga Filipino musicians na wala sila, yung natural groove.
Yes.
Yung natural groove na exactly. So kuhang-kuha nila. Syempre coming from another culture, hindi mahihirapan sila sumakay doon. Pero ngayon, wala, ang dami na, mas magaling na sila sa atin actually in a way.
Kay Ma'am Celeste naman. George, meron akong question kay Miss Celeste. Yung kanta niyang Mamang Sorbetero, tsaka yung Saranggola ni Pepe. Very meaningful yung mga lyrics. Akala mo kantang pambata, di ba? Kasi napaka-playful nung melody. Pero yung nakatago pala yung meaning, parang poem talaga. Katulad nung Mamang kay Saranggola ni Pepe. Kilala niyo ba kung sino yung matandang bingi doon?
Baka kailangan natin tawagin si Nonoy Gallardo para
Gallardo. Interpreter.
Mr. Gallardo?
Mr. Gallardo, tinatanong nila kilala mo ba daw yung matandang bingi?
Sa atin,
Ano?
bago tayong matandang bingi.
Correct.
Ito po sinabi yung sa Boomers Banquet.
Yung
Mabuti ko lang nandiyan siya sa tabi mo.
Nagtatanong sa kanya ng mga meaning lyrics niya mga estudyante. Mini-meeting pa siya, pinapadala siya ng ayaw sagutin. Ang ano niya is pag-isipan ninyo.
Oo.
May clue na ngayon. Dahil may bago na ngayong matandang bingi.
Meron na tayo.
Nay.
Nay talaga.
Pinanood ko pa yung Mamang Sorbetero, the movie.
Ako napanood ko
Para
rin
lang
yun.
Joseph Strada, tama, ano?
Big
Yes.
Soto.
Partner mo. Hindi, Joseph Estrada.
Manliligaw niya si Big Soto doon. Ano mo ba yun?
Target, di ba? Imagine. Tagal na noon.
Celeste, how was it like working with the great Emil Mijares?
He was,
Stricto ba? Stricto ba siya? Like, he looks so serious. Yung talagang...
He was very serious guy. He was very serious. And ang lalim nung pinanggagalingan ng kanyang mga thoughts, at saka, and pagka nag-adlib na yan in the middle of, kasi ganun palagi, di ba? In the middle of mag-adlib na siya, kung saan nagpupunta, kung ano.
Yeah, yes.
It was always, pero pagka bangag siya, it was even more interesting. And he was bangag a lot of times. So, it was an exciting time to be on stage with him.
You know, dun sa tribute sa Beatles, yung 50th anniversary ng Beatles, I saw it just last night. It was a Motown production. Tapos sinabi nga, how did the Beatles come up with such ideas in recording? No, paano after they, went on world tours, na-visit na sila sa concerts, so nasa studio sila. Sabi ni John Oates sa Fallen Oates, paano ba naman hindi makakaisip ng ganyan? You give them coke and marijuana, ganyan talaga mga studio. Talagang umalag.
Pero talagang the talent is deep, the talent is complex. I guess he was just, kasi musiko siya. Lahat sila nagpapagawa. So I guess it was part of the scene, part of the ako pa naman napaka-square. Hindi ako nagaganon talaga. I never, even when I was young, wala akong, I was just music, ganun. So I'm just, I am an outsider talaga. I'm just looking in and seeing what they're doing. So I'm not judging them or anything like that. I'm just seeing them.
What do you do? Of course, you sometimes get nervous during a performance, or you might call it excitement. So what do you do to somehow bring down that nervousness? I remember before, no? Yung iba umiinom ng brandy before the show. Ganon, di ba? Yung Yossi. What about Celeste Legaspi?
I make sure that I am very well rehearsed. That's my number one priority. Kailangan alam ko yung gagawin ko, at kailangan alam ko na yung sasabihin ko. And then right before I perform, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes before the performance, I allow myself to I compose myself, and I allow myself to be empty. So I don't think of everything that I rehearse, and I am an empty vessel, kumbaga. And so I'm quiet. I'm very quiet for performance, and I don't drink. I don't smoke. So I don't need those things. What is important for me is to be quiet. And it helps me a lot. And I in that sense, I guess I'm meditating. And then it also, what it does for me is it relaxes me. Kasi that's the most important thing about performing. You have to be relaxed. Kasi if you're very tense, if you're so anxious about your lyrics and about how you're gonna hit your notes, you're not going to enjoy yourself, and that's how the audience will react to you. Nate-tense din sila.
That's right, no?
Important na relax, that I'm relaxed. And then whatever happens, I will wing it. I mean, kung ano man ang mangyari, and Ryan knows this, I have forgotten lyrics very often. And I have forgotten the sequence of repertoire very often. And
You just wing it.
you just not, maybe wing it is the wrong term. Maybe it's, then you just go on, you just continue. Like in concert namin sa Soler, yung first number namin, yung opening number namin ni Ryan, pumalpak. Kasi may kulang na recording na hindi na play. So we just continued very smooth. And that's because matagal na kami nagpe-perform ni Ryan. So, nag-usap lang kami ganyan sa stage. So what will we do now, Ryan? Sabi ko, so we proceeded. So ganun yun. Because relax kami. That's important. Pagka masyado kang tense, hindi mo malalaman kung ano na. Tsaka hindi ka, like for instance, kung may mangyaring iba, you have to be able to, you have to react to that, diba? Hindi pwedeng mangyari yan kasi itong rehearse natin, ganyan, no? Kailangan you're open to everything.
Celeste? Yeah. Sige, if I may move into another question. Here's one. Pero in relation to this, kasi babalikan ko yung 1975, Commodores in concert from Africa. Kasama mo yung Apo Hiking Society. Pero yung audience natin nung panahon na yon, they booed you. They wanted to boo you out of the Araneta. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit. But how mature has the audience been since then? Kasi alam natin, wala pa masyado alam yung mga audience natin, no? And you were trying to educate them by bringing in our music na hindi pa masyadong immersed kasi hindi pa uso nun. Wala pa yung mga katulad ni Mr. C, tsaka ikaw, you were starting out then. How mature would the audience be now? At saka nag-progress ba o umatras since then?
Let me reminisce about the Commodores, no? Kasi talagang the poor people in the audience, especially yung mga nandun sa pinakamataas,
sa bleachers.
They had been waiting siguro for 3 hours. Nandun sila, naghihintay. Tapos tagal-tagal, di ba? Tapos ang unang isinalang ako. Ganyan, di ba? Tapos naka-ano pa ako noon, naka-long sleeve na black na may bow tie pa ako dito kasi tapos ang mga kinanta ko, mga Judy Garland.
Yeah.
Yung mga talagang, so syempre binuha ko ng mga tao kasi sino Beto? Ganyan. Kasi may Commodores, ganyan, di ba? So talagang may kasalanan din ako. Kasi wala akong kinanta na alam nila except for I Honestly Love You by Olivia Newton-John. Noon lang sila medyo nakinig. Ganon. So dapat ang performer may understanding din ng audience. So nowadays, the last performance that I watched in Araneta, hindi masyadong maaga na nandun ang mga tao, number one. So it's not so marunong na rin yung venue na gano'n. And walang front act. Ang front act kasama na nung so it helps. It helps in. And also nowadays, there's an appreciation of original Filipino music.
Yes.
So when we do our music, appreciate na ng audience kasi meron ng appreciation for that. And going back to the Commodore, that was 2 nights. So,
2 nights.
Sa second night, nabambunan naman ako. So, I made changes to the repertoire. I removed some things that were so, it became less Judy Garland. And then it was my husband who said to me, tsaka yung suot mo, sabi niya, ikaw lang ang babae sa show, anong suot mo, pantalon? Sabi niya gano'n. So I wore a red plunging gown. Diba? Plunging as into my waist. Ganyan. Lesser ako nabu. The second night. Yung Apo, nabu pa rin. Boo sila. Pero ako lesser booed na ako. Kasi at least maganda ako. So nakatulog naman. So I learned a lot in the Commodores performance. I learned a lot.
Going to that, Mr. C, Way back when I was still in school, I was talking to the sister of Gina Stan. Magsimula ka.
Yeah.
Okay. And apparently, when he composed that song, he didn't know what to do with it. He was joining Metropop, and he just took a chance on asking you to arrange it. What made you agree to arrange that particular song?
Alam mo, niligawan ako ni Gines eh.
Oo.
And imagine, ang style ng ligaw sa akin is usually food. So,
Kala ko tela. Di ba may-ari ng ITM yun dati?
hindi. So, nagpapadala ng food, nagpapaluto siya, tapos, kasi, contest na naman, sabi ko, ayoko na gumawa ng contest. Well, anyway, yes, si Gines, very interesting. Doon yung malalaman na maraming musicians or maraming composers na meron silang ideas. Pero syempre, you have to understand how they work out the ideas. Kasi nung una ko narinig yung kanta, hindi ko siya maintindihan eh. So, nung finally, I sat down and told him, ganito ba yung gusto mo mangyari doon sa kanta? Siyempre, nagulat siya. Yes. No, pero after that, I worked with him, I collaborated with him, and he wrote an entire musical entitled Magsimula Ka, and then he wrote another musical entitled Bagong Between. So, alam ko na yung style niya. So, pagka nahuli mo na yung style ng isang composer, madali na. Pwede ba ka bumalik doon kay Celeste about that Commodore thing? Alam mo, kasalanan niya ng promoters. I think hindi kasalanan ni Celeste yun. Ang kailangan kasi, pero ngayon alam na nila, syempre. I'm just saying that before, basta pinaghalo lang nila ganito, wala lang, hindi nila inisip. Ngayon, syempre, alam nila na itong crowd na to, kailangan ibigay mo sa kanila yung magugustuhan nila, hindi yung basta-basta lang. Which is why kawawa yung mga performers pagka nailagay sila doon. Parang lions din. Biglang kakainin ka ng audience dahil kumanta ka lang doon, malay mo ba na yun ang audience mo? So, I understand that. So, kawawa yung mga
But there was an instance na mas pinalakpakan yung Pinoy kasi dun sa foreign artist, no? When the Ritchie family came over, it's a disco group. Actually, it's a studio group, no?
Yeah.
Ang front up, Blockbuster. Sila Spanky Record. Ang galas mga yun, di ba? Wala ang binu yung Ritchie family.
So, kawawa din sila.
Yun ang doon, no?
Ito, Mr. C, ito yung music sheet. Galing sa the Filipino Music Center, formerly Lobregat Music Store sa Platerias.
Lobregat pa, isa kilala din yan.
Yan.
Grabe.
Gusto ko, isa lang mga 1 minute. Yung Ideal Music Store, kasi nagulat ako na meron ditong parang village na sa may Commonwealth, Ideal Village. Tapos sabi ko, palagay ko sila may-ari noon dahil ang mga pangalan ng streets, Beethoven, Verdi, Mozart.
Wow, ganda.
Okay,
Feeling ko lang.
Okay, going to Celeste, I know this is very close to your heart. Now we're now tackling composers, songwriters. You have a certain project that's really close to your heart. Can you tell us all about it?
Yes, it's the PRSPH. That's Filipino Performers Rights Society of the Philippines.
Is this the same as ASPAC or ASCAP in the States, American Society of Composers?
Yeah, but I think ASCAP is more for composers.
I see. Okay.
This one is really for performers and the rights of the performers. And that means na when there's a performance by an artist and it's fixated, like it's recorded, or if it's already on video and ipapalabas. And when it's shown in a performance na it's going to make money, the artist can be and should be compensated.
Aha.
Dapat merong bayad yung use ng kanyang performance or ng kanyang song or Mr. CAYABYAB's
Performance, yeah.
ganyan. So kasi yung the idea of music not being free was just very recently accepted by the Filipinos.
Yes.
Although matagal na yan ginagawa outside of our country, na intellectual property rights has to be respected. Sa atin kasi, music is so abundant that we think it's like water and air, it's free.
Yeah.
But it's not free. It's big. It's created by an artist, and the artist has to be compensated. And that's what we're doing in the collective society, in the PRSPH. And we will be very soon going into an extensive information campaign to explain to the public and to the users and to the artists themselves na meron silang karapatan to ask for compensation for these things. It's an uphill battle because nga the usual feeling is that these things should be for free. Like for instance, in Kultura, in SM, they're always playing sorbetero and they're dancing to it. So the people will stay there and buy their goods. But I never once got a single centavo from the playing of that song. And that's been going on since at least 2016 kasi that's on YouTube, dated 2016. Siguro ang producer ng song was compensated. Siguro si Joe Marichan was compensated because of
Pills Cup naman.
Pero ako, as the singer there, I was never compensated.
Yeah,
and
because
also
that's performance.
the musicians who play in that recording, kasama sila doon, kailangan may compensation din sila doon.
Yeah, those are performance
imagine
rights.
if that will be accepted and observed by everybody in the Philippines, then all of us in the music industry can have a decent livelihood.
At saka tuloy-tuloy ang role ng produkto.
You know,
Pero ma'am, sinabi mo it's an uphill climb, di ba?
Yeah, it's an
Talagang uphill yan kasi ang hirap mag-maintain ng back catalog.
yeah.
So, you won't really know.
Hindi lang yun, not only the maintaining, but also for the public to accept that this is something that they have to respect.
But you know,
that Mitch Valdez is with me and Leo Martinez and Mel Villena. We all work together. And Ryan is one of our outstanding members.
But I guess you really have to closely communicate to the media outfits also because they're
yes, we will. We're going to have a very extensive information campaign and educational campaign.
But in fairness to Gary Valenciano's outfit, I remember when I was still working with a recording company, di nandun lang kami, tapos biglang we received the check from Gary's company. No?
Wow.
Para saan to?
Nice.
Apparently, Gary performed one of the songs of our catalog, which we didn't even know about. And then he sent us a check for that.
Oh, nice.
It really won't trip that much. Which brings me to the Phil Pop concept. No, Mr. C. No,
Yeah.
Same thing. You know, what's happening to the songs? Because during the first Phil Pop, the winner was by artists. Si yung acapellas yung kumanta.
Acapellas. Yes.
Yeah. Si Carl Villuga composed the song.
Right. Yes.
Prize. He won 1 million pesos for that.
Right.
No?
Wow, I mean, like 30,000.
We're in the wrong era.
Yeah.
Mr. C, reklamo na kasi 30,000 ka lang nun.
Okay, George, actually, nag-evolve na tayo. So, right now, where Phil Pop is, it is becoming more concerned about being more national, breaking borders. Kasi we're trying to push it outside Manila lang. And then eventually outside Philippines sana. Kasi syempre, yun din naman ang habol natin, ano. Lahat nagtatanong, bakit yung Korea nagawa nila? Bakit tayo hindi
Yeah.
natin nagagawa? It's like, okay. Lagi siyang
Ano yun?
laging sirang plaka na yon yung bakit yung Korea kaya nila. Well, we're studying that, we're learning so many things, and I think for me, I think yung Korean model, ginaya nila yung Swedish model eh.
Yes.
So we're trying to study all that. So para alam namin. Pero ang main, alam mo kung anong common ground ng Swedish tsaka Korean? Meron silang National Arts Council na
May
may budget. May budget na pwede mag-apply yung independent at sasabihin nila. Tapos, they can do it on their own and may suporta. Yun. Kasi kami, ngayon sa atin talagang kanya-kanyang kayo dyan eh. Pero masaya naman kasi meron mga corporations that, for example, that MVP group, sila yung nagpa-prop up ng Philpop. Tapos yung ABS, sila yung nagpa-prop up ng Himig Handog. Pero alam siyempre natin nangyari si ABS. Kasi meron matandang bingi na bago.
May matandang bingi.
Matanda na, bingi pa.
Aray ko.
Ganon yan eh. So what do you think would be the future of Philpop? No? It has gone a long way. I remember I was still in radio about 3 years ago. Yung kay Jas Nicolas ba yun? Yung ang ganda ng kanta. Yung Worms.
Yeah. So nag-iiba na rin yung pati yung judging, pati yung direction kasi mas marami ng bata na kasama. Pero George, kasi kailangan natin ma-realize yan eh. Matagal ko sabi sa kanila, the popular music is not for my age, it's not for your age, it's for the consumers are yung mga bata.
Yeah.
Sila eh, kanilang era yun eh. Hindi natin pwedeng isaksak yung music natin sa mga bata ngayon. Kaya syempre, kailangan maghanap sila ng kanilang style, yung kanilang kung ano yung dapat para sa kanila. Kasi yung para sa atin na yun eh. That brings me to this point na why music is really very subjective and why it's also very important that we promote Filipino music. Kasi nung high school ako, sabihin ko sa iyo ngayon, pag nag-reunion kami, ang kanta namin, Up, Up and Away, Beatles, ganyan. Puro imported. And ano yung sabihin doon? Pagka ganun ng pananaw ng mga tao, edi syempre ang merchandise, lahat it's all part of that economic thread, no? Bibili kami ng mga gawa ng banyaga, bibili kami ng mga pictures ng mga banyaga. So, nagkakaroon ng ibang ang tawag dito, values, no? So, that's why we're trying our best to promote Filipino music. Kasi it's not about just liking Filipino music, it's also about helping the Filipino music industry. Mas maraming makaroon ng trabaho kung mas maraming nagsusuporta ng music na gawa dito. So, mabubuhay na naman yung mga recording studios, mabubuhay yung mga nag-e-edit, mabubuhay yung mga lahat yun, isang buong thread yan. Very important that we really push Filipino music. Filipino-made, not only Filipino music, Filipino-made products, because we also believe that before we can export them, we have to really love them and be proud of them first. Anyway, layo na pinutan. Okay.
Yeah.
Pero ayun, relevant po eh.
Paano, I remember again, doon sa recording company, no, yung mga Taiwanese manufacturers ng yung mga videoke, dito sinishoot lahat yun, at saka dito ginagawa yung mga -1. No? And I asked them, bakit date yun yung ginagawa? Ang dami ng musikero sa China, sa Taiwan, ganyan. You know, George, sa iba, dun sa amin, kailangan music sheet at saka rehearsal. Dito, kahit saan kanto ka pumunta, marunong mag-gitara, marunong mag-piano, kumakanta.
Isang
Diba?
dinil din lang.
Parang pumunta ka nga sa plateria sa Quiapo, nandun lahat. Yan ang nangyari, no? So it's so ironic. Tapos yung musika natin, hindi naman natin mapasikat ng ganon. Okay, last few words from our distinguished guest, Celeste, from you.
Thank you very much for inviting me here. It's fun to be talking about the past and to learn also from the past. And hopefully, we've put together a good picture of how it was for original Filipino music and our times ni Ryan. And it's nice to be with people who appreciate all of these things that we live through. And thank you for putting up this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Celeste. Mr. C.
Salamat, Bob, Ted, tsaka, and George. Thank you for this kasi yun na nga, we're able to reminisce. But most important, kailangan makita yung history para maka-move forward tayo. So isa lang lagi ko sinasabi, let's please promote, support Filipino music because this will be not for us but for the future of our children, our grandchildren. They have something to look forward to na mas maganda na siguro yung by the time na malagong-malago na yung Filipino music, sila ang papalago, mas malago pa. Anyway, let's all support Filipino music.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. C. Teddy.
Yes, maraming salamat kay Maestro at kay Ma'am Celeste Legaspi. Salamat sa inyong pagpapaunlak sa aming munting programa, Boomers Banquet. Bago tayo magtapos, George, ikaw na magpasalamat mamaya sa Design Makati kasi kailangan pasalamatan ko yung BioFresh underwears saka BioFresh foot powder, antimicrobial. Salamat po.
Salamat po sa suporta.
Pwede ba yan sa kilikili?
Gilikiling amoy paa, pwede.
Bob.
Anyway, as most of the people who are watching us right now commented, kinikilabutan pa ako. I still get goosebumps. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ma'am Celeste and Maestro Ryan CAYABYAB and Maestra Celeste na rin is yun soon, I suppose. Thank you so much for gracing our little show. At we hope to see more of you. At saka all the best on your projects. Sana matupad at sana mangyari na para sa ikabubuti natin. Thank you very much po.
Okay, thank you.
Ay, sa mga nanonood sa atin, pahabol lang, George. YouTube, live ngayon, pero pwede nyo panoorin right after this. Tapos sa Facebook Live, hindi na tayo live after this, pero mapapanood nyo pa rin naman dito sa ating page.
Right.
Keep on supporting Boomers Banquet. Thank you po.
And thank you all of you who have joined us today. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Celeste. Best episode ever, I must say. No, yung talagang KSP nga kurot sa puso. Di ba? Ganun din natin kurot sa puso. And pasalamatan ko lang yung pinsan ko na pinadala na ko ng kurukod, tita pa rin Suman Latik, and si Gary.
Padala mo naman dito.
Oh. Of course, Seria Restaurant, Jo Marie, thank you. And DM, Design Makati, our t-shirts, and audiophile.
Parating na raw yung yung face mask kasabay nung sa BioFresh.
Yung dilaw na face mask para sa mga para sa mga nakakarinig yun eh. Yun. Hindi para sa bingi. Anyway, we'll see you again next week. Next week, we're going to feature another Filipino icon, the Dawn. No? The Dawn will be with us next week. Until then, you stay safe, you stay sane. God bless all of you. God bless all of us. Ad Maiorem Dei Gloriam. Good night.